feet are burning. It's so hot out.
I'm melting.
Sun safety.
Seriously, it's like 30 degrees today, and I think it's supposed to get hotter. So we're here at Holly's house. Here's Holly down here. We're gonna go for a pool day, literally all day. That's our only plans, just a pool day.
This is my new favorite summer vacation destination.
Look how beautiful this pool is. Crystal blue water. We got no neighbors behind us. It's fantastic. Still kind of like, it's still kind of COVID out here, so we're kind of stuck at Holly's house, which is pretty fantastic to begin with, so can't complain too much. But we had this idea yesterday of taking some photos out by the pool. I don't know if we're gonna put that many like Instagram photos of Holly's pool. Even though it's beautiful, it doesn't really match with our feed or anything. So we're like, how can we get creative with this? Like, what can we do that's a little bit more unique and maybe like something that you wouldn't see very often? So we're like, oh, let's take some cool action photos. So we started brainstorming and we started coming up with some ideas on how we could take some really cool action photos. And we think we have a couple that we can show you guys.
Kurt's gonna be doing cartwheels and flips and cannonballs.
We're gonna try to do some unique action shots that doesn't require me to do some cannonballs, and I can do cannonballs. Probably no flips though.
I'm gonna be the first one to do cannonball in the pool.
The camera is not waterproof.
Now it's a pool party.
Wow, look how beautiful this is though. Can't wait to get in. So I'm sure you guys saw how beautiful this place was. This is like a little vacation oasis for Chelsey and I. I think we're gonna come here every year, right?
This is our new summer vacation destination.
We'll just turn it into our own little all-inclusive, I think.
Yeah,
Sounds pretty
yeah.
good.
We'll just order skip the dishes to the backyard.
Oh, by the way, this is Stella, Holly's little adorable puppy. She has her own Instagram too. We'll put it down below. Stella, wanna go for a swim?
Stella, you wanna go swimming? You know, go swimming. Yay!
That's the cutest thing. But anyway, the first motion blur photo that we're gonna go over isn't actually a motion blur. Holly, you're interrupting my video. It's not actually gonna be motion blur. We're gonna teach you how to get a good sharp image, even if there's lots of action going on, like Holly jumping in the pool behind me. So that's perfect. For this first photo that we're gonna take, we're gonna try to have everything tack sharp and in focus. So what we're gonna do is Holly, right here, is gonna take the photo of Chelsey and I falling in the water, and what she's gonna do is really crank her shutter speed so that even though there's gonna be lots of motion in the frame, everything should be still tack sharp because the shutter's moving so fast. Oh yeah, and I really cannot wait to get in the pool. So sweaty. Look at, it's disgusting.
2, 1, go.
As long as you Photoshop.
Well, I really hope that photo was worth it because that really hurt my back on the way in.
But the one where you hit the water is really cool. Because it would be so cool if you guys were like, say you go on top of the water with the splash sticking out around you.
The other thing that Holly was asking me when she was taking the photo that we made sure was on is burst mode. So what she did is when we started to fall, she held down the shutter speed and it just spit out a bunch of photos so that you get a bunch of options all the way down rather than trying to like...
Putting it up to luck with one photo.
Yeah, like trying to capture like a really fast moment like this will be way easier if you can just like hold the shutter down, capture 20 frames a second type of thing, and then you can kind of pick after and post which one worked out the best. 2, 3, go.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Well,
You're making
got a little bit of water on the camera. This is definitely not a waterproof camera. How'd they turn out?
It's better. You're making less of a face, but there's still a bit of a...
So we know how to take the photo, we just don't have very good models today.
Yeah.
Okay, now that I'm all wet and cooled down, we're gonna keep going, and the next photo that we're gonna do is a motion blur photo where the subject is gonna be still tack sharp, but everything in the background is gonna be blurry. So what you're gonna wanna do is play with your shutter speed, try to get it like maybe around 1/50 or 1/40. I'll put my exact settings into the video once we kind of figure that out. Because it's so bright and you're gonna want to have your shutter speed low, you might have to bump up your f-stop or use a variable ND, which we're gonna use. So we're still gonna try to keep it at f2.8, so you still get that shallow depth of field, but then you're gonna want to keep your shutter speed low so that you get the motion blur, and you're gonna need to put an ND filter on so that you can darken everything so that it's exposed properly and everything in the background is not all blown out. What you're gonna do is once you have all of your settings dialed in, you're gonna wanna track the subject across the frame. So what I'm gonna do is stand over here on this side of the pool and jump in, and Holly's gonna use the grid that's on your camera and kind of mark a place on my body where she's gonna want the camera to track. And then as I jump, she's gonna like keep that little crosshair on my shoulder, for example, and then as I jump, she's gonna track it in so that when she's moving the camera that fast, the background is gonna be blurry and I should be tack sharp like these photos here.
I've never done this before, so that little speech was me learning.
You up for the challenge?
I'm gonna do it.
Let's do it. Go.
Oh shoot.
Wider jump than we were anticipating.
I accidentally burst a chipmunk. It was a good dive.
Swim instructor over here.
I thought we were trying to learn how to
I
take
taught
photos.
swimming lessons for 7 years. Okay, they're not great.
Okay.
Not gonna lie. Let me try again.
You just belly
That was not
flopped.
a dive. That was bad.
I think you got too excited about the run-in.
Go. How's my hair?
Looks like you're a pool rat.
Looks good.
Nope, you're a pool rat.
The next photo that we're gonna do, even though my hair is not looking too great, is we are going to do a long exposure in the middle of the day. Sounds weird, I know. We have a really cool idea. This is similar to the last one, but what we're gonna try to do is get the shutter speed even lower so that it's like, try to get it as close to like even a second if we can. So like 1 second shutter speed, so very, very low, which means it's gonna be very bright, which again, you're probably gonna need an ND filter, or you can bump up your f-stop as much as you need so that everything is exposed properly. So what we're gonna do is gonna get Holly in the water, and we're gonna get her to stand very still as possible. For this, you could use a tripod. I think I'm just gonna try to handhold it. And then we're gonna get Chelsey to make some splashes all around Holly, and then the splash should be nice and blurry all the way around her, and Holly should be in focus right in the middle of the frame and tack sharp, because she's gonna stand very still and I'm gonna hold the camera very still, and everything else around her is gonna be very chaotic and blurry, which would make for a very cool photo.
So far, Kurtis and I have been less than fantastic models, so we'll leave it up to Holly to show us up.
All I have to do is go.
Well, first attempt didn't work. It was a little bit too shaky, and we couldn't get enough motion blur, so we're gonna try it again with the tripod. Okay, so I hope you guys learned a little bit. You guys can kind of see the different kind of photos we try to take. Try to get a little bit creative out here. We don't have like a whole bunch of places to really go, so we just thought we're in the backyard, let's get creative and take some more unique photos rather than just like your classic poolside photos that you kind of see all the time. Thank you to our wonderful model Holly over here. I'll link all of her socials below. We also did a video with her out here as well, which if you go to her channel, you can go subscribe and go see her videos over there. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, please hit the like button. It actually helps us out. And hit the subscribe button so you can see.